Well, we are learning more about the cost of redeveloping Lansdowne Park. The city now says it'll cost $418.8 million if approved by council this fall. That's a little less than the initial $419 million estimate. Let's get some reaction from City Council this morning. My guest is Shawn Menard, who's a City Councillor for the Capital Ward. Good morning to you.
Morning.
So you have been very clear that these numbers, in your opinion, are not correct and are undervalued on what you believe to be true.
That's right. They're not including the new parking for the residential towers that the city is going to be paying for at $19 million, and they're not including the $44 million podium expenses. So we have some retail there, you know, the Good Life, the Cigar Man, Bean Again Cafe. That's all being torn out in this plan, and we would be paying the developer new money to build the exact same square footage, about the same square footage of retail there at $44 million. So those two costs are not included. So the actual total cost is about $483 million.
I mean, you look at what Mark Sutcliffe is saying compared to the numbers that you've just stated to me right now. Do you find that to be a very big difference in this getting approved or not? What do you think the value is in that difference?
I mean, it's give or take $75 million, which is what the Auditor General also pointed out in terms of potential for construction cost overruns. At the end of the day, I think the issue is, why are we tearing down a useful stadium and asset? The mayor makes the house analogy of, you can get a $418,000 house for $130,000. Sounds like a great deal and too good to be true, and usually it is. But in this case, we're tearing down. We'd be tearing down our home that just needs a few repairs, and his engineers say will last for another 40 years with those repairs. So there's a lot of waste in the plan. And
he says that this $1 right now gives you the value of $3, and you kind of mentioned it right there, comparing it to real estate. Do you think that that's a little far-fetched with comparing the $1 to the $3 of the overall value for what he's providing?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, there's a lot of property tax money that's kind of being siphoned into Lansdowne that he's not including in that figure. So, for things like the property taxes from the residential towers, that would normally go to citywide services. He's including that as, hey, it's kind of free money for Lansdowne. That's not how it works. It's still property tax dollars paying for it. And at the end of the day, there's a lot of revenues they're relying on for 50 years till 2075. And you can't really predict how this is going to go in 30, 40, 50 years.
And when you look at the state of the economy right now, and you look at things like construction, like building, and tariffs, by the time construction actually starts, do you believe that these numbers might change and it actually might get more expensive than this original estimate from the years to come?
I am concerned about it. It is a 9 to 10 year build out in total. So 9 to 10 years of heavy trucks through that area. And it's not like the old Lansdowne where there was a lot of asphalt there. This is a heavily used area with a lot of pedestrians, a lot of folks there. So 9 to 10 years of construction, and of course costs go up over that time. And I think the Auditor General was concerned about that very thing, is those construction costs and what we may encounter during that construction.
So with all this in mind, what would you like to see from council when it comes towards the vote? Because I feel like you're not against the plan. You just want a readjustment of some of the numbers for what the public can actually get those true numbers.
Well, they need to see the true numbers, and the city ideally would put something in that's a bit more popular, so we don't have a roof over the north side stands. The games at the Charge play, we're not having a large enough arena that's being created there. We're losing 58,000 square feet of green space. Ticket prices are going up. So I think there's a way to go about a better plan here that is not this plan, and to improve the transparency on the financial figures.
And would you like a little bit more time for all the councillors and the public to digest this a little bit more before that vote? Because October 29th, it looks like the mayor wants to get going.
Yeah, a week away is not enough time to digest such a huge plan with a lot of financial implications and a lot of new debt for the city. There's $340 million of new debt that would come as part of Lansdowne for the city of Ottawa. We need more time to analyze that plan.
Yeah, well, appreciate it. Lots to come. We'll see if it can get pushed a little bit on this. Obviously, one of the biggest projects that the city's ever undertaken. So Shawn Menard, City Councilor, appreciate your time this morning.
Thanks, Will.